When we talk about self-care, we always talk about the small things we do to make ourselves happy, like taking a nice long bath, getting a massage, or just lounging around in our PJs all day long. We were chatting about self-care when I was in licensing school, and we had to go around our Zoom room and say what we were doing to take care of ourselves. At the end of this time of sharing, one of my clergy colleagues said that everything we listed was great, but we need to make self-care a lifestyle, not just something we do on occasion. Making self-care part of your lifestyle can be tricky. I mean, as much as I want to, I probably won't be getting a massage every day. Then I started thinking about this lifestyle of self-care a little bit harder. And I think this is where our spiritual self-care can come in. How are you taking care of yourself spiritually? What I find challenging about spiritual self-care is finding that physical space to be with God. We can potentially find this space easily at church, but that's now more of a challenge in this COVID time. Making spiritual self-care a lifestyle might require us to create sacred space in our homes. When I was the dean of Tween Camp, which is 4th through 6th graders at Flathead Lake Camp, we did this exercise of creating sacred space almost every year. Each small group would find a place in the camp and decorate it to make it their sacred space. Then, if they were feeling sad or frustrated or just needed to be with God, they could go to this space. Especially with the world changing and everything is more virtual and we have to stay in our homes more often, I invite you to create a sacred space in your home. A place that everyone knows that you are there and it is your time to just be, breathe, and be with God in whatever way that looks like for you. During quarantine, I was really feeling down and just cramped in my apartment, and it was almost like a claustrophobic feeling of having to stay in that space. Then I began to think where I can make a sacred space in my home. And once I did, I felt less cramped and isolated, and I knew that this was a space that I could be with my emotions and release them to God whenever I want. This week, I invite you, your kids, spouses, roommates, to make a sacred space in your home or your yards or wherever you would like to create that space. Let's start making self-care a lifestyle and starting with making that sacred space. The church emergency number is 406-333-1856 because your mental health matters.